What qualities am I looking for in a team and or teammate? The answer to this will go directly to your core values. For example, is it honesty, reliability, good listening skills, playful sense of humor? Then you want to ask, does my team have a positive vibe? And I'm not talking about toxic positivity, ignoring problems, but the kind of outlook on life where they can see through the mess to find the gifts and opportunities to help lift you up when you fall and you can't see through the mess to find the gifts and opportunities. Hi, and welcome to Beyond Empty Nest. I'm your host, Jody Silverman, speaker, mentor, and Chief Dare Officer at Moms Who Dare. Every Thursday, I'll share stories of midlife transformation, happiness tips, and dare you to see the opportunities waiting for you so that you can make this next chapter even better than the last. If you're ready to dare, I'm ready to dare with you. Let's get into today's episode. No one can get through this life alone. Life is a team sport, everybody. I've told this to my kids so many times. How many of you have had one or more of your children struggle with life? Hands up in the air. I know you're all raising your hands because everybody has issues at some point in time. Is it anxiety, depression, fallen friendships, roommate issues at college, difficult boss? Just to name a few. I know both of mine have experienced some sort of difficult emotion or transition at some point during their life journey. I mean, really, who hasn't? So let's just call it out for what it is. Life can be hard. And trying to do it alone just isn't the best way. So if we tell our kids they don't have to do life alone, why would we think we should be able to do it alone? As a coach for empty nest moms and midlife women, I don't usually tell you what you should be doing. But today, I'm breaking my own rule. Because guess what? You should not be doing life alone, especially empty nest and all the other transitions that come along with this midlife chapter. You must have a team. No. You get to have a team, ladies. While I will always be your biggest fan and cheerleader, and you're all welcome to join the Moms Who Double Dare and Double Dare team, more on that later, I'm inviting you to figure out who's on your team. Today, that's what I want you to think about. Who's on your team? And if you don't know, that's okay. We might not all know. Some of you already know 5 or 6 people on your team. I've done the work, so I know who's on my team. But if you don't know, let me share who your first teammate is. You ready? You got your pen and paper? You are your first teammate. Not only are you your first teammate, you're the quarterback of your team. And as the quarterback, you get to decide who's on the bench with you and who gets to join you on the field. Sounds familiar to my Brene Brown fans, I'm sure, because she calls this being in the arena. She says that if you're not in the arena with me, then you don't get to judge me or weigh in. So as a quarterback on your team, you get to choose who those people are you invite to join your team and to step out onto the field with you. And again, for some of you, it's going to be easy. I know who's on my bench, and I know who's on the field with me. Because here's the thing, we need backup. You need to fill the whole bench. Even if you can only take 3 or 4 people on the team with you at a time, fill that bench to capacity. Because at some point, a teammate may need to be put out on the injured list, and you'll want to bring somebody new in. Your field team are those people in your life that are always there for you on a consistent basis. You can count on them, and they can count on you. The bench team members are those who you know could be super helpful, but may not always show up consistently. maybe they have a lot going on in their lives. These are the ones you can call on in a pinch, and they will step onto the field without hesitation. But again, can't be there all the time. Your team consists of teammates who support you, cheer you on, and even call you out on your BS. Yep, ladies, we all have BS. Let's keep things real. Your team, but the team on the field and the team on the bench, help you keep things real and in perspective. What's interesting is that not all of your super closest friends can be on the field with you. Think about that for a minute. You might actually find a teammate that is on the periphery of your life, the peripheral. Little speech problem there. So I'm going to share a story with you. So during this past summer, I realized that I was not taking action on one of my biggest goals, which was pitching myself to get booked as a public speaker. Now, let me be clear. I've done some pitches and I've been hired to speak, but I wasn't doing it on a consistent basis. I knew I was good at it. I knew I had a powerful, fun, and impactful message to share because when I put myself out there, I received such positive feedback. Yet there I found myself stuck in total inaction, which is not something I find myself stuck in often. When I thought about who to reach out to on my team, it was somebody in my entrepreneurial world. This person is not one of my longtime high school or college friends who knows me inside and out, but she is a fellow entrepreneur who I collaborate with often and respect immensely. And she does know about me as a speaker, and she does know about my messaging. So we got together for a brainstorm session, an hour for her, an hour for me. And wow, was it the best time we ever spent. Beth was able to coach me through exactly what was blocking me. And I walked away with a new framework for my epic keynote talk because she knew all my skills and tools. She knew she was the right teammate for me to call on in that moment. The reason I share this is your team can have family on it. It can have best friends. It can even have your adult children on it if you want. It can have coworkers. And I dare even say it can have acquaintances. What your team is about you really digging in and asking yourself this very first question. What does a good teammate look and feel like for me? Start there. Start there. And then here are some other questions that can help you draft your team to fill your bench so that you can jump onto that field together with each other, supporting each other. You ready? Keep in mind that in order to build and nurture a strong, caring, resilient team, these same questions and qualities have to go both ways. So while asking these questions about your team, I'm inviting you to ask them about yourself as well. All right, start here. You're just going to start with, what does a good teammate look like for me? And what does a good teammate feel like for me? You always want to tap into emotions. Another question, what qualities am I looking for in a team and or teammate? The answer to this will go directly to your core values. For example, is it honesty, reliability, good listening skills, playful sense of humor? Then you want to ask, does my team have a positive vibe? And I'm not talking about toxic positivity, ignoring problems, but the kind of outlook on life where they can see through the mess to find the gifts and opportunities to help lift you up when you fall and you can't see through the mess to find the gifts and opportunities. Another question, are they available? Do they show up when you call? And do you show up for them? And another question, can you trust them with your thoughts and secrets? This is a powerful question because there are some times where you're going to have to allow yourself to be vulnerable in order to get the support you need from your team. So can you trust some of the people on your team with your thoughts and secrets? And finally, are you able to set boundaries between one another in a respectful way, in a respectful manner that doesn't hurt people's feelings, with compassion and honesty? These are great questions to start with, to start forming your team, filling up the bench, so that when you fall, when life hits, you can look at that bench and you can call on the team members that you need in that moment. You can be there for them and they get to be there for you. So everybody, your dare for the week is to start making a list of who your team is. Make a list of the people you believe are on your team or you would like to be on your team. You don't have a list yet. Again, begin with the questions above. If you already made a list of people, look at each person and define what role they play based on those questions on your team for you. Because not everybody is going to fill every role you want. Not everybody on your team is going to be somebody you're going to go with your deep, darkest secret. Not everybody on your team is going to be able to push you out of inaction like Beth Allen did for me. So ask the questions above about yourself first, and then for each of the people on your list. And number 3 is to make your final team roster. No team is too big or small. Remember, it's okay to have an overflow, but you don't have to have an overflow. Life does, however, get in the way sometimes. And if a teammate needs to go out on the injured list, it's okay as long as you have someone to call in from the bench. Finally, back to Moms Who Dare. Moms Who Dare is a community that's here to support you. This is why I formed this community, to support you, to be part of your team during empty nest and midlife. So if you want a team of moms who understand exactly what you're going through, get together virtually and in person to support each other and to connect, participate in engaging and thoughtful and sometimes just silly conversations, having fun together, then you're going to want to join the Moms Who Dare membership community, AKA the Double Darers. You'll want to try us out. And you can do that today at no risk. It's a month-to-month membership. There's no big annual commitment or financial commitment here. And it's a way to dip your foot into a community of all like-minded women ready to support you on this journey, to be part of your team, to be on your bench so that we can jump into the field with you. So click the link in the show notes below to read all about the Double Darers. I'll be waiting on the field with the other members of the team to welcome you with open arms. And as I always say, dare on. Thank you for listening to this episode of Beyond Empty Nest. Head over to jodysilverman.com for our full show notes, more information, and additional resources to support you through empty nest and midlife. I'll see you next Thursday. Dare on.